Hello, my friend. This is Victor Pacini, and welcome to the Be Seen and Heard Journey.
Videos and audios that will empower
you. Hey, it's Victor, and welcome to another Be Seen and Heard Journey. Thank you so much for taking the time to be with me. They've told you. Now what? It's a great title for this week's blog and podcast and post. And I can only really share this from my own personal experience. But there are different ways that people respond once they've been told of abuse has occurred in one's family. When I finally had the courage to call home, and again, if you don't know my story, I didn't have the courage to tell my sister that I had been abused. I couldn't use those words, but she guessed it out of me, which was completely amazing. She stayed with me on the phone, and when I finally had the courage to come home and to face my parents, again, when I was threatened at 8, I was told that my parents would be mad at me, so I better not say anything. And so for 11 years, I thought they would be mad at me, and they were not mad at me. Of course they weren't. But when I finally had the courage to face them and to talk to them, they didn't know what to do. And they responded like this: Victor, why didn't you tell us when this happened? Well, it's not really a fair question because I didn't know how to answer it. I was 8 years old and I was threatened and I was scared. So that's not a real productive question because there's no productive answer, to be honest with you. And then something else, the way they responded was they felt complete guilt. My father took it upon himself to go find this individual and found him by making a phone call. And what happened was the person wasn't in, and so my father left a message, and the person called back, ironically, a night that my parents were out, and I was by myself in the house. And I was 19, but I was still right in the middle of dealing with this. And I picked up the phone, and I heard that voice across the line. And so my parents dealt with it by trying to solve it by taking it upon themselves to go out and reach out and find this person. Obviously, that was not the most productive way to deal with it. For me, and after talking to my parents for a little while about what happened to me, the best course of action was for them to listen to me, to believe me, and to get me the proper help that I needed. And that was something my parents and my family were very supportive about. They never questioned me. They never said this didn't happen, which in a lot of children's situations, their stories, they're not believed. And so they either have to hold on to it or they need to go tell somebody else. In my case, I'm very fortunate. I had a huge support team and they were all there. They just didn't know necessarily how to deal with it. You're never ready to deal with something like this. So in every situation of abuse, people react in a different way. They respond in a different way. And the best way that I can really put this out here today is this: if someone comes to you and says, I've had this trauma in my life, whatever it is, this unsafe secret, I would say to listen to them. Don't judge them. Believe them. Get all the information. Let them talk. And then make suggestions on how they can get the help that they need. I always tell kids that when you're finally sharing to a trusted hero, most trusted heroes are not counselors and social workers and psychologists. They're the people we love, like our parents and our grandparents. So these trusted heroes may not know exactly what to do, but they are vital in the healing of that child. For me, my parents, my family, my brothers and sisters, they were vital in my healing because they were there for me and they never questioned me. So they've told you, now what? Well, the now what is to listen, to be there for that child, and to not judge, and to help them get to the next level of healing. I want to thank you for taking the time this week to watch this video or listen to this podcast. Please share it with your family and friends, and let's keep this moving forward, and let's help every child be seen and heard. Thank you.
Hey, my friend, I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Be Seen and Heard Journey. If you'd like to follow me, please go to youtube.com/Victor Pacini or Instagram.com/Childhood Victories, or head over to Facebook.com/Childhood Victories, or visit my website, victorpacini.com. please share this with your friends and family. And until next time, be seen and heard.